Stakeholders have raised concern over the continued shelving of research findings, calling for practical implementation of research, especially those related to environmental and climate change challenges within communities where the studies are conducted. This call was made during a one-day consultative meeting on the research development agenda organized by Kigezi Women in Development (QUID) in partnership with Kabale University, held at Cephas Inn Hotel in Kabale. The meeting brought together water managers from across the Kigezi sub-region to analyze and document key research needs. Also in attendance were district natural resource officers, environmental officers, water officers, and representatives from the related NGOs operating within Greater Kabale. The stakeholders emphasized that research should not end in academic papers and libraries, but should be translated into actionable solutions for community benefit. Florence Tumuheigwe, the team leader at QUID, said that engagement aimed at bridging the gap between academic research and community needs.
Kabale University and QUID are partnering to address issues of climate change resilience under the strengthening smallholder farmer resilience to climate change. Today's engagement was on how inviting research stakeholders to conduct, to identify research needs so that our research feeds into what we are intending to do. You know, research has been conducted at universities, but in most cases it ends with the university in the research papers. When the students pass, those are shelved on university shelves. But this project is looking at bridging the gap between what the research is, what the available research, and then what is practiced at the ground, at the community level.
She noted that their organization has held various workshops to design strategic approaches to ensure that research findings are disseminated and translated into community action, especially in response to long-standing demands from the local populations.
Yeah, today is the fourth workshop. We have been conducting workshops, but when we went to the community, the community members at the grassroots told us that there is a gap. They don't, people go to the community, they conduct research, but they don't get the feedback. So this research agenda is looking at strategies that we are going to use to bridge that gap between the research that is conducted and what is being practiced at the
Jennifer Twebaze, the senior fisheries officer for Kabale district, and Simon Biamukama, a lecturer at Kabale University, stressed the importance of taking research back to communities where it originates. They said that research findings should be shared with the very people who contributed to the data and informed of the possible solutions that can help tackle the challenges.
Go back and present the findings to the communities where they collected data, and also share with policymakers, with districts. Can you create an environment when the student has passed to move out and share with the world the findings? Maybe districts can pick out some things to implement. Otherwise, things are beautiful in the shelves and it ends there.
In carrying out water needs assessment in the Maziwa sub-catchment and the importance of research. Of course, it helps us know where we find water which is reliable for all the seasons for the smallholder farmers. It also helps us to know the quality of water, because it involves water testing, every other thing, so that we know which kind of water we are consuming or the smallholder farmers are consuming in their homes. They are using for agriculture, for the animals, for irrigation, and also for industrial purposes. So research is very much important. And first of all, identifying the sources of water, the quality of water, and then how sustainable that water or the sources are that can serve the household's needs throughout the year.
Alex Saturday, a lecturer and project coordinator, said that they held several consultative meetings with the key stakeholders since the inception of the project. He noted that their goal is to ensure that research efforts are closely linked to community realities and make a real impact.
So whatever that we are doing here is actually aimed at making use of the research that our students do. So you realize that since we started this project, we've had quite a number of meetings, consultative meetings. We started with local people, we went on with the key stakeholders. The essence is to make sure that we hear from them the issues that are actually affecting the communities. So when we get them, then our research efforts are directly linked to what is happening in the communities, so that whatever that we do directly responds to the needs of the community.
Eva Sasimwe, the Senior Environmental Officer for Kabale District, also underscored the importance of community-centered research. She said that research on climate change must go beyond documentation and return to communities with practical solutions. She commended QUID, Kabale University, and all stakeholders involved in the efforts.
We came as stakeholders in different areas from Ruchiga, Rwanda, and Kabale. So we sat all together with many ideas, which we gathered all together, and we shall sell them to the university students to come up with gaps, and we go out, make research on those gaps, then come up with resolutions. Then after coming up with resolutions, we sell those resolutions to the communities out there, so that we can be able to curb the situation of climate change in Kabale District.
The initiative is implementing the strengthening of the smallholder farmer resilience to climate change SFR2CC project through joint learning, development, and evaluation of contextualized solutions in the Rwenzori and Kigezi Highland regions of Uganda. Story by Mara Mishimwe and Nobandia Mhachi for Kigezi Television.